Yes, it looks like there isn't going to be a lawsuit for now. Uh, Statute of limitations, there's a 6-year limit, and they're quite strict about it. And actually, I'm really losing enthusiasm for litigation these days. I was told I would only be able to maybe collect 6 figures, and I guess that's still a lot of money, but for what I've gone through, I don't think it's enough. And uh, there was a bit of a confusion. I'm sorry for saying that about that lawyer, that he was being dishonest with me. I should have just said that that was just a misunderstanding. I'm really sorry about that. I'm clearing that all up now wherever I see it in my blogs, because that was just how I was thinking at that time, and it was wrong. I was paranoid, and it was based on information that I was getting and that I was interpreting the wrong way. What happened with the Ottawa lawyer, to make a long story short, I think, is that I gave him some evidence, and gave him quite a lot of evidence actually, in 2007, which I believe he still had in 2013, but he didn't want to use. And I didn't have it anymore myself, so I couldn't produce it for myself, and I'm not sure then if he wanted to, attack my enemies for me with that evidence that I gave him before. I don't know if he's allowed to or whatever, but he didn't want to. And from there, I just figured that was it, and I came back here in 2013 in March, and then around August, I was hearing that there were some incarcerations, some prosecutions that sounded like it came from litigation. But again, I just heard about this from through my own sources, and it might not be accurate, or I might be interpreting it wrong. But as Saturday Night Live's victim, I was inclined to believe the information, because maybe I couldn't get them with my litigation, but maybe they signed something in their contract that left them wide open to prosecution. And that's the whole thing. When you sign a contract, if you're not the person who wrote what you said what you're being paid to write, then who knows what happens to you, right? And I was hearing that they were being incarcerated. Maybe that's what it was. It was just around their own errors with their contract, or their own infringements of their contract. That's why I'm leaving that online. I believe it. I believe that these stars were prosecuted and incarcerated. The only things that I've erased are things that are really kind of maybe disturbing or unpleasant, that might be true, but the kind of truth that you just keep to yourself, because when I was going to take this to court, then I didn't think I had to hold it back. But now that I'm not going to court anymore, it's just going to detract from my blogs, and people are not reading my blogs to see me win against a bunch of stars, I don't think, as much as they are just for the actual content of the blogs, if it's a comedy blog or a poem or something. And then this legal dispute detracts from that, and I just wanted to get rid of that. And so that's all that was. And here on my computer, I have it arranged as a frame set. I think I've already shown you. So that if, where is it here, frame set? My beautiful frame set. Everything's covered here all the way to the end of Unmentionables, right here. All the way back, every blog, all the way back. I made a HTML file for every post I've made. And you see that there's missing ones popping up, right? Ones that I've erased. And it's because I didn't erase them from this. I just erased them from my Blogger account. I can go all the way back with this, all the way back to the beginning of this whole nightmare. Took me a long time to get all this cataloged and get it all working too, so that it has the same action, you know, as the actual, because this also has live music, right? Where are we here? I've got this working here offline as well as it's working on the web here, my slideshow. See? So I don't actually have to have any of this on Blogger, I guess. I could put it on, take it all, just put it somewhere else, independent URL. But we'll leave it at, Blogger is a good way to leave the dates when I came up with the material anyway. For the new ones, at least. All right. I just wanted to add that little extra in case you've been hearing any kind of lies or anything about why I've been editing my posts for the last couple of weeks.